All right, guys, trying to get caught up a little bit. I've been working and doing little things, but I haven't really recorded anything. My seat belts came in today. So these are the ones that I went with. I think I got a piece of metal in my hand. These are the ones I went with, the PRP Easy Harness. Ironically enough, they were shipped from my old hometown in Temecula, California, to where I live now. So one of the where am I going? What I want to show you is I kind of softened. It's not all the way installed. I just kind of draped them in here because I'm waiting on my seats. But I've got them sitting, and this is what I'm doing. And they're not going to be tied in yet. Once I tie it in, it's going to come back over and tie it in. But what I need is the seat there, get in there, kind of figure out where I'm at to determine my length. They're a shoulder harness. But the cool thing is they, not that I really was looking for this, but they are Department of Transportation approved. So it's a seat belt, clicks in like a normal seat belt. It's got a center thing piece right here. It does not have the submarine piece on it. The submarine ones were, let's say, different styles, and I had, you know, it's basically the race one where you got to clip in, clip down, or it has that turn piece, and I was looking more for something like this, so that's what I'm going to go with. The only thing that I was a little disappointed in, and it kind of gave me a little hiccup, not a big deal, is let me see, where's it at? So it comes with these on all ends, both ends of each side of the belt, so 4 per side. The back ones, or the top ones I should say, I don't need because I'm looping it like I just showed you. But if you weren't going to loop it and you were going to pull it into a seat belt attachment point in the back seat, that's what this would be for. However, here's where the hiccup is. This is my seat belt, and I'm trying to hold the thing at the same time. Well, let me just lay it down like that. It does not go in. Threads don't even go in, so the shoulder damn sure ain't going to go in. So what I've been resorting to is making a little bit of a mess, but just hollowing it out ever so slightly and get it to work. So I've gotten the, I gotta leave this over here for the template. I got the other the passenger side to do. But so these things were a little too small, and I wish they would have left more meat on it and then had a little bend, but hey, you know what? Can't really have everything you want. It may not have been designed for it, who knows? But, so let me show you what it looks like after I hollowed it out. See, that's what it looks like. So I did get it out a little bit on both sides. Again, I wasn't using it on the back. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to go ahead and do the passenger seat. Hollow those out, put it in, and then hopefully FedEx is saying my seats should be here today. It was supposed to be here Friday, but we'll see. And if it's here today, then I can start putting those in as well. But I'll show you on this video as well. All right, guys, later on. Goes through like butter. All right, guys, my seat finally came in. They tracking said it was supposed to be here Saturday. Didn't show up. Thought maybe Sunday, but no. Then maybe Monday. The tracking said Monday, changed it to Monday. Didn't show up. Today's Tuesday. It showed up. I get there's delays and stuff. I just not a big fan of saying one thing and then doing another several times over. It's like they don't know what they're doing. But in any case, I've got them and I'm opening them up. So both seats are in this big box. And then I have the brackets in this little box here. So I guess I got to put it together. Maybe, or maybe it's, there we go. Ah, nice, all wrapped up, nice. So here's one. Corbeau did a good job of wrapping them up, making sure they're taken care of. So there's one. Like I said, I've got Corbeau in my Bronco. I bought them, and I'm a big fan of them. They're very comfortable. And living here in the Midwest, and it gets cold, it's not a heated seat. But even my kid, when I take him to school in the wintertime, because that's what the Bronco is a winter vehicle. Even my kid says how it feels almost like a heated seat. You sit in it and it seems within seconds it's warm. Whereas compared to like my truck seat, which are heated seats and leather, you sit on it and it's definitely, you could feel the cold leather until the seat starts warming up. So this is left and right. I guess I'm gonna have to open it up and figure out which one's which. Or maybe it's just a matter of how you put, it comes with 2 bags. And these are for the reclining piece of it, a little handle and a cover. So maybe it's just a matter of, well, we'll see, we'll see. I'm assuming that the recliner piece is only on one side. So then this is the bracketry. And in the past, I've never bought this bracketry. I always, well, it's actually 2 boxes taped together to look like one. I actually just make my own, weld it together, make my own. But for this car, I just decided, you know what, I'm not gonna weld anything together. I'm going to just put the brackets and see how it works. There's one. Because if you want the, I don't know if this one, I think this one does have sliders on it. These are Corbeau brackets as well. Oh yeah, they got sliders. Nice. Yeah, so this is the sliding piece right here. Lift it up, slide back and forth. These should just bolt straight down. So I'll pull both these brackets off and just make sure that there's not a difference, because I do see, there probably is a difference, but we'll see. Find out which one goes to which. I got to get rid of these boxes. They're just piling up on me. I still have that front windshield in that box because I haven't put it on yet. And then in about 5 days from now, I got to bring my rear window in to get it tinted, because I gave up on that. There we go. We'll just look at this one too. Starting to feel a lot like Christmas. All right. Don't lose my knife slide down into something. Yeah, let's toss it on the floor. All right. So yeah, there's definitely a difference. One goes on one side, one goes on the other. It doesn't say which goes to which, but it'll be easy to figure out once you put it on. If you look at the two, you can see where these tangs pop out. They're on opposite sides. So it shouldn't be hard at all to figure out which side they go on once you put them in the car. But so there we have it. We have it all out. Haven't taken these seats out yet, but I'm going to do one of them, figure out which side goes to which, and then I'm going to have to bolt the seat to the bracket and then the bracket to the car. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that bracket and put it in that car just to make sure that I've got the right bracket for the right side, so the right bracket goes onto the right seat with the recliner. You want the recliner on the outside, you don't want it on the inside. So I'm gonna hold off right now, and then I'll bring you back in. All right, so I got the passenger seat here. The lever for recline is on the right-hand side. So it's obviously the passenger seat. And then they've got these that go over top of it, and I believe there's a difference. I think this is the one, but we'll get to that once we get to putting this on. But first I want to put on the bracket, and this is the passenger bracket. The seat comes with all the bolts. So these are Allen bolts. I'm going to just unscrew these things out of here. And I forgot that I intended initially to get a harness that has submarine belt. So I ordered the seat with the submarine feature, but the harness I ended up going with does not have a submarine function to it, but that's okay. I really don't need it. I was thinking I probably would want it, maybe, but as I thought about it more, it's like kind of be a pain in the butt to get in and out of the car all the time and dealing with all these freaking straps and turning it into a zoo to get in and out of it. So what I tried to do, all right, now I got to figure out how this is going to go, because I think what I need to do is probably, it exposes the bottom ones first. Let me just make a yeah. Let me just see how it lines up, because that one, where's it at? That one and that one. Oop. So I'm just going to try this hole first, the bottom one, and then see how the top one lines up. So get it started a little bit, because I'm gonna have to slide this seat back on the track. All right, there we go. Huh. Oh yeah, it'll work. It'll work. So I'm going to do with that one, and then I'm going to do this one. I'm trying to screw it in while I'm holding all the other Allen bolts. Probably should have set them down, but I just love how this is plug and play. But also some of the fun was, like for my Crown Vic, when I put those seats in, I basically bastardized the original seats because I wanted the tracks off them, the sliders, and then I bought some metal and then fabbed up the interface between the seat and then the original seat. And then for the Bronco, I think I did the same exact thing. I took the original seat and then cut up the frame. Got the pieces off of it that I wanted off the frame, and then I'm looking for a rag. And then welded, got some spare metal and welded it in. And again, like I said, I could have done the same thing for this, but I'm choosing to just go with the brackets that Corbeau offers. All right. So I've got those started, and I don't want to tighten them down too much, but I think what I want to do is pull. There we go. That's exactly what I want to do. Just adjust it so now I can get to the two top ones. They're just making this too easy. And I did double check which frame mount went to which side. And so the piece that has the extended one, a little bit more extended than the other, I mean, the frame is symmetrical to itself, but the way it mounts to the track, it's a little different. So the one that extends out goes to the outboard side of the car, if you know what I mean. If you don't, well, when you get to doing this, you'll see. And go figure, I was looking for a socket, and I probably have one somewhere, but I have nothing small like this for an Allen socket. I think I have the one size above this. So I got to use the old-fashioned Allen wrench right here. All right. So tighten that down right there till about it strips, and then you just back off a quarter turn. I'm kidding. Most of you guys know I'm kidding, but I'm sure there's going to be one person that won't know. All right, here we go. And I went and bought, I think I was telling you, I bought new bolts for the seats to the floor. I had regular bolts that I was going to use originally, but I thought the one cool thing, I think, and probably before I speak out of turn, I should probably look at it. Yeah, the one cool thing about these seat bolts is the threads, and you're probably not going to really see it, but the threads end about maybe a quarter inch to the end, and then it shoulders down, so it helps center up the bolt a lot better. Now the bolts I had didn't have that shoulder, so you're really trying to grab a thread right from the beginning, whereas these, you don't have to grab the thread right off the bat. You can get that shoulder to slip down in there, and then it helps kind of center itself up a little bit better instead of walking all over the place. But I'm pretty excited about getting these seats in. The one thing I did kind of tussle with regards to the seat was the seat back height. So the piece that goes behind your head, like the one on my Bronco, the Corbeaus, it's a lower one. It still has the holes for your harness, although I don't have harnesses in the Bronco. It has the holes for it, but the headrest piece is missing, meaning, well, I'm 6'2", so maybe a shorter guy, it would work for him, but for me, my head can go all the way back and not even really hit the headrest piece of the seat, because it's not designed that way. At least it doesn't appear to be. So I was debating whether to get something similar like that with a low back buckets, or something a little bit taller. I didn't want too tall, so I'm hoping this ain't too tall, but I did want something to where it kind of supports my head going back. Okay. All right, what do we got going on here? There we go. A little further. How is it? No, don't mess up on me now. You were just working so nice earlier. Is it hitting anything? No, it shouldn't be hitting anything. Maybe it's just stiffer now, I don't know. No, not unless just tightening it down stiffened up the track maybe. Okay, so this one's bolted in. And I got to do these. Oh, actually, let's do this side piece here, because I do have it ready to go. So I'll bring you around right there, and then the way this is supposed to work, I'd imagine, it comes with these little screws, but then there's a clip back here. So I'm thinking it clips. It's the handle slides in there like that, and it comes down like that, and then there we go. It just clipped. So there you go, right there. And then there's a hole here, and then there's a hole here to screw into. The problem with it right now, the way it sits, is it's putting pressure on this right here. So I need to get that pressure off so that it slides properly. But I don't want, maybe it's that one. There we go. But now it wants to rotate off the, there we go. I think that might work. So you got to pull this bar back. I don't know why the camera just shut off, but it just shut off. It has its mind of its own. So I'm gonna try to get that to stick on my There we go. And then I'm gonna get the other one on the back side, or the underside rather. So this one, where is it at? Right there. Get it to line up. All right, that one's tight. I'll double check this one. There we go. That's tight. All right. And then what you do is you got two more screws, so I have to check the back side to make sure that nothing else needs to be put on that, but might be something else that I'm missing. But this handle, obviously grip side down, slides right over that. Line up the hole right there, and then you screw that good old boy right in there. And there we go. So I got one extra screw, but I gotta check to make sure there's no other hole, because I don't see another one. Maybe they just gave me an extra one. Quite possible. Yeah, I think they just gave me an extra one. Okay, so this seat is done to go in. I got to do the other seat, and then I'll bring you back in when I'm putting the seats in. I'm not going to have you sit through the second seat. All right, guys. All right, I'm ready to start putting the seats in. So I've got all my bolts over here. And this is the shoulder, or the little thing I was talking about, that tip that helps center it. And I got the seat here. So what I'm going to do is put it in. I'll probably slide the seat back, hit the first two, Slide the seat forward, hit the back two. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, right there. So let's see if I can get one started here. They're just a little too short because I think this is on. Is it on? Okay, there's one. Let's see if I can get this other one going. We're just a little too short because of the all the padding and everything that I put in. So the stock bolt is not working currently, but that's not saying it won't ever work. Maybe I just need to give it time to get squished down. Why is there? It's almost like this track on this side. So I dry fitted the other side track to make sure all the holes lined up, but I didn't do this side. Now it seems that I might have some issues, because if I get one lined up, then the other's not lined up. Or maybe it is, and I'm looking at the carpet piece of it. The carpet could be throwing me off. Yeah, the carpet's probably, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's just off ever so slightly. I'm centered up on this top front one, but it's not wanting to start. Oh, there we go. I need to probably get one completely started and then just pivot around the rest of them. Because if I can get one started, alright, that's the one. I think that's the one that started. Okay, so I got that front outer one started. Now let's find out what we gotta do to get this other one started. I really don't want to take these brackets out and start massaging them, but I might have to. And that's not what you buy brackets for. You buy them so you don't have to. See, that one needs to go forward, but it ain't allowing me to go well, that's what we're off. We're off forward to back probably 1/4 of an inch. Because I've got this slid all the way forward, and then I've stuck a scribe through it, and scribe's like this. So it's telling me is that the back one is not, it needs to be drilled out or something. I'm gonna get another scribe and see if I can do the other one. If they're both like that, then it needs to be hogged out. Let me see, what does that look like? Yeah, buddy. Same thing. It's freaking, it's all the way back. This one started in the front. Actually, they might both be started. Yeah, they're both started. And I'm as far back as I can go. And I've got, it's got to be, the grooves, the holes in the back need to be oblong just a little bit to give me some forward momentum. So before I go any further on this one, I'm going to try that side just to see if I have to do it to both, or if it's this is my anomaly. So I'm going to bring you back around this side. So just I'm going to show you what I got going here right now. So if you see down in there, this is a scribe right here. It's pointing back. That one's pointing back, which means I need to oblong this hole right here this way just a little, maybe like an 1/8 inch or so, 1/4 inch, just to allow it, because everything else up here is lined up and pushed back as far as you can. All right, take this just so I don't get caught in anything. Move that back there. Now open this door all the way up and put this seat in, and hopefully it lines up, because it did before I put the seat on. It lined up perfectly. Okay. Okay, now I've got these front two lined up, and I'm not even going to go look at the back right now. I'm going to pretend like it's lined up. I'm going to see if I can get these front started. If I can get these front started, then I'll go back to the back, and hopefully, it is a little hard to start these bolts, only because of, well, because of a couple reasons. One, how many times I've painted everything from top to bottom, and I'm sure a little paint got in the threads, and then the carpet and the I keep calling it Kill Mat. That's just a brand name, but the matting underneath it just kind of boogers up threads a little bit. Not in a bad way, just not in a permanent way, I should say. There we go. Start that one. So right off the bat, I'm having luck with the front ones. But like I said, I don't want to toot my horn or feel like I've got anything accomplished quite yet, just because I gotta go do the back, and I just want to make sure that they're in. Okay, they're in. So here we go. Gotta slide it forward. Oh. Oh boy, I think we've got success on this side. Maybe this car's just not made for passengers. Maybe this car's telling me, hey, just roll solo, because this one's popping in. Yeah, I like this. I like it. All right, that one started. Now, start that other side. Yeah, you know what? Now I'm kicking myself in the butt. I should have checked both sides, but I made an assumption. You know what they say about assumptions. There we go. Is it in? I think we've got success, gentlemen. I think we've got success. Yes, sir. So all four of these bolted in. This is the one, ironically enough, that I checked to say, are we good? Yeah, baby. There we go. All right. Yeah, it grabbed. I think it's just with all the matting, and like I said, the threads are boogered up a little bit with paint and that matting. That just takes, and these bolts that I'm putting in are not the bolts that I was talking so fondly of. Oh boy, that looks sweet. It looks sweet. This is the headrest I was talking about having it, whereas my other one kind of comes across right about here. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Well, after I get all this said and done, both sides in, what I'll do is I'll go underneath here where all these bolts are, and you can only see 3 on each side. One of the bolts are kind of hidden by a like a framing piece, so you don't get to see the bottom piece of the other one. But what I'll do is I'll coat it with some grease or something. Just one thing I hate is the underneath of it, bolts that go underneath getting rusted, and then when you try to take them out, they're a pain in the butt. I.e. a seat bolt. You try to take a seat bolt out that's rusted. All right, that one's in. Oh, did this one walk out? You better not have walked all the way out to where I can't get you in, because, oh yeah, you straightened up. Just let me see if we can get you in now. Feeling left out. Feeling lonely over here. Just needs to clear its path. There we go. Now we're starting. I probably only had it on by about a half a thread probably originally. But I like how, see, this is what my expectations. So, expectations, reality. Bolts right in. Well, we got work to do over there. I'll have to look at it, figure out what we got going on over there. I prefer not to make modifications if I don't have to, but it's pretty evident by how I've got the front bolts in all the way back, and then the back ones are like this, so something's not mathing. Something's not mathing. I dig this seat. I dig these seats. I had second thoughts after I bought them, like, oh man, did I get the right seats? Am I gonna like them? Because I think there's 2 things, well, if you count suspension, that could be 3. There's 2 things that I think set off almost all cars. It's wheels with /stance, and that's why I put the suspension, and then the seats. I think between those things, visually, that's what kind of sets a car off, in my opinion. Alright, so that one's in. Alright, so I got it in and I didn't have to cut a hole, or make the hole bigger, I should say. Here's what I did. The brackets, the way they were bent, they've kind of flared out a little too much in the back. So what I did is I bent that, I just put a crescent wrench on it and then used another crescent wrench to twist it, and I bent both brackets in just a little bit, and it allowed it to line up. So I've got everything in right now, and this paper right here is I'll show you, I'll bring you on the other side. I started well, I was sitting in there, I thought, hey, I ordered this the other day and it came in, and I mentioned it in a previous video, I believe, but this is a leather steering cover, and I've got it on all my vehicles. I just love them. But so far I've got this part of it done, and you can see how it's got like a baseball stitch to it, And there's my line. I needle it through. It's a bit tedious, but you just make sure it's lined up. Get your stitch in the middle. Real soft, and it adds a little bit more girth to the wheel, which is what I like. So I've got it on my Ram truck, I've got it on my Bronco, and my Crown Vic. I just love that. And this is what I got. I got it off of Amazon. It's Bellenois wheel cover. And what they do is when you get it, before you get it, I should say, when you go to I got it off Amazon, but there's drop downs, and they want to know the diameter of your steering wheel and then the circumference of your steering wheel grip, and that way they send you the right size. Trans Ams, they're for 78, they've got a 14-inch diameter, and then I believe it was 3.5, which was the circumference, 3.5-inch circumference. So right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm in there stitching this up, but I thought I'd bring you back in, let you know that the seats went in. This one went in perfect, no issues. That one, I just needed to slightly bend the bracket. It's kind of like maybe it got flared out too much or whatever, and no harm, no foul. I put these on, and once I get the length that I need, I'll double these all back. Right now they're not doubled back because I want to sit in each one real good, put the straps on, and just kind of feel what I'm going to feel. I did it once on this side, and I can tell you right off the bat with that harness, I can't reach some of the things, like I got a switch down there, and I can't reach the switch unless you just kind of undo the top piece and slide through it. So it definitely keeps you in place. Another thing too, it's been, shoot, when did I end up tearing this thing apart? Probably 91, 92, somewhere around that time frame, I forget. But it's been since then, since I've actually sat in this car with seats in it. And I forgot how it felt, so I'm probably not the best person to talk about seat height, although it does feel a little tall for me. Like with the brackets and the seat, it feels like I'm a little tall, but I've got probably 6 inches above my head. And again, like I said, I'm 6'2". If you look at the bottom piece of it, it's not that far off the ground, so it's not like it's terribly high. So it just may be me and not accustomed sitting in this car. I guess in my mind, I've had a couple of Corvettes, and when I sit in a Corvette, it feels like I sit below this piece, and with this one, it's not so much below, it's more almost even with it. Not a bad feel, just a different feel. So it's probably something I just need to remember or get used to. I bought new sills for this, and then when I get the sill, then I'll trim these up even more on both sides, because right now they're not trimmed up. The sills that I have, I tried to clean them up, but there's corrosion and there's pitting, and it's actually made holes, and so instead of putting more lipstick on a pig, I figured I'd just get some new sills. So I ordered some new sills. They should be in here any day. But for the time being, those sills are not even going on because I want them off so that when I paint it, my intent is to pull these up, bag this whole thing so you can't really get in, and that way when I go around these door jambs and in this and then paint it's not going to get paint, hopefully, in my car. And then once all the paint's done, then I'll put trim up the carpet and then put the sills in it. But yeah, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna close this video out. I'm leaving it with, I'm gonna continue with the steering wheel and stitching it up, and the seats are in, so I'm a pretty happy camper. Thanks a lot, guys.